I would like to introduce HP's Vice President and General Manager of Printing Technology Platforms, Global Media and Solutions Business, Mr. Glen Hopkins.
Right now, we're actually making history. We're in a very historical time right now because the way we accept content, the way we learn from content, has never been changing as rapidly as it's changing today. In many ways, printing and publishing hasn't evolved too much, too much since the time of the Gutenberg press. And so, of course, right now it's changing very, very rapidly. The amount of content that we have access to has never been greater. What's happening with, for example, the large Google project that many of you heard, what they're going around and they're scanning virtually every piece of physical matter that's ever existed and digitizing that. And it's going to give us all access to that information in different forms. The advent of computers, right? Computers and most recently e-books and iPads is allowing us to be able to grab that content, to be able to read that content, whether it's for educational purposes or enjoyment purposes or work purposes. And then, of course, what you're seeing here is another aspect of that, the ability to print content in book form, which we believe that HP is going to be an ongoing and very valuable portion of the way that we learn and the way we entertain ourselves. It'd be probably quite naive to think it's one or another. It's going to be multiple faceted. One of the things that I kind of go back or start to think about, since I got into this space, is when I was growing up, my mother was very, very adamant about not watching too much TV. Right? TV was going to rot your brains out, and by the way, you needed to be either studying your homework or outside playing or getting some fresh air. And so when I look at where things are going now, with whether you have a laptop computer, and I'm thinking about this from an educational perspective. I do have two kids that are in college. When I look at what we have with a notebook computer or with an iPad or a slate, HP will have the same, and we'll have the same things like that. Not only do you have a television in there, right? You got TV, you got movies, you got video games, you've got instant messaging, you've got Facebook, and you got millions of distractions. Millions of distractions. And Wired Magazine did a very interesting article a couple of months ago with regards to our comprehension and retention rate, trying to learn online versus in the physical matter. And it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I think there's tremendous value when we're doing things online, whereas I can read something, I go here and there, I can do a quick link, but my ability to really dive into a subject, and my ability to learn it, concentrate on it, focus it, I still haven't found anything better than a book myself. And I don't think it's generational. My daughter and I this summer, we took an online class. And I say we took it because she was supposed to be taking it, but it was a very difficult class and I was working with her on it. And all the material was online. It was a managerial accounting class, a very difficult class. And I started to try and help her with it, and was trying to learn it with her on a computer screen, and I just found I can't do it. I mean, I just cannot do it. Can you do it? No, I can't do it either. I go, okay, good. Good news, it's not generational. Bad news is, what are we going to do? And so, of course, what we did is we ended up printing out the entire book on our desktop printer, which obviously was a long and laborious process because those desktop printers were never meant to do those things. When we talk to other universities, we're getting the same type of thing. We've talked to folks like Phoenix University and some of the other ones that have a lot of online course and content. They said their number one request from their students is make it easier and cheaper to print. And then also the environmental angles that we brought there. So to me, it's very, very exciting that in this university system and in this university ecosystem, and one of the thing that I kind of overriding senior purpose is how can we educate our society and do it in the most productive, efficient, and cost-effective way possible. how do we democratize that ecosystem? How do we allow for faculty or students to be able to generate new content and to be able to get it out to people who want that in a very easy and efficient fashion? And so these new tools, like this one you're seeing here, which by the way, there's only 3 of them in the world, which is why here at Portland State you're making history. Only 3 in the world are really moving in that direction. So a very exciting day for us. I can tell by the smiles that I've seen around, walking around on the site, and the enthusiasm. I think very exciting day for this university system, and we just can't wait. And we just cannot wait to see how you're going to use it here in the coming months. Because one thing we've learned is whatever we thought is how you're going to use it is going to be different. And so I encourage you to be encouraged and welcome that experimentation, because we're all trying to figure out what the place is for both the physical matter, which in many ways calls to us. There's a reason they say you can't judge a book by its cover, because it's sold that way. But also how we discern complex information or enjoyable information, snuggling up to a book by the fireplace. So thanks for the partnership, and looking forward to coming back and seeing how well it is.